I recently came across this research which just blew my mind, and it is gonna shock you as well. In this research, the researchers divided individuals in two different groups. Both of the groups were on equally calorie regulated diet. Just one group slept for 5.5 hours and the other group slept for 8.5 hours. Both of the groups at the end of the research lost equal amount of weight. But the shocking part was the group that slept less lost majority of the weight from fat-free mass, which is also primarily muscle, and very minimal weight from fat mass. Whereas the group that slept more lost 55% more weight from fat mass. This is just one of those researches that tells us how important sleep is in our transformation journey. Apart from these, there are multiple researches that shows us sleep deprivation could cause down regulations in testosterone, growth hormone, IGF-1, which are potent muscle building hormones. But apart from these, the levels of cortisol, which is also a stress hormone, goes up. Ghrelin, which is also our hunger hormone, goes up, and this leads to emotional eating, increased hunger and cravings, and which overall leads to slowing down the transformation results. This episode of the Fitness Engineered podcast is gonna cover everything that you will need to get faster, deeper, and longer sleep. So watch it till the end. As always, Vinay here, lecturer of exercise science at NSCA India, body transformation and performance coach. Here to help you with all the necessary tools, knowledge, and framework to make your transformation journey easier, faster, and enjoyable. In this episode, we are going to discuss everything that you will need to sleep faster, deeper, and longer. So, this episode is divided into three groups, or we could say three stages. The first stage is the factors that will positively influence our sleep, and they are gonna make a bigger and a more positive impact to get better, deeper, and longer sleep. Number two is the parameters that are going to hamper the quality of our sleep, so we need to avoid these. And number three, these we are going to cover all of the supplements, we are going to cover all of the simple tips and tricks that could help us to enhance the quality of our sleep. So without further ado, let's get straight into the episode. So point number one, and this is going to have the biggest positive impact on improving the quality of our sleep, and that is having a routine. As simple as that, my friend. The biggest and the most impactful parameter for your sleep is to have a routine and to just go to sleep on time and wake up on time, on the same time for every day of the week. This is the simplest and the most effective way to enhance the quality of your sleep. Just wake up on the same time, sleep on the same time. This is gonna prime your circadian rhythm, which is also called as the biological clock of our body, which regulates our sleep wake timings, our moods, energy levels, digestion, and all of the other stuff. So if our body knows that this is the time when this guy is going to go to sleep and this is the time when this guy is going to wake up, the body is going to make all of the required adjustment, which will make sure that you will naturally feel sleepy at the same time and you'll naturally wake up without any alarms on the same time. This is the simplest advice on how to improve your quality of sleep. But I know this sounds easy, but it is not easy to execute with the introduction of social media and devices all around. But this is the simplest one. Apart from that, number two is have a pre-sleep routine. A pre-sleep routine is similar to the morning routines that majority of people have. They wake up at 5 a.m. and then they go meditate, they have an exercise session, get a shower, read a book, and do multiple things. But people are not talking about pre-sleep routine is because people don't know about it. People don't know the importance of a quality sleep so far. I have been watching researchers, I've been watching coaches talking about this lately, but this is gonna be a game changer in your transformation journey. This is literally gonna give you that unfair advantage. Have a pre-sleep routine that will help you to get a deeper, faster, and longer sleep. And what your pre-sleep routine should be, here's a simple 3-2-1 rule that is gonna make it a lot easier. 3-2-1 rule. It stands for 3 hours before bed, you are not gonna eat or drink anything. Nothing 3 hours before going to bed. No food, no alcohol, nothing. Just apart from water, you could have water of course, but not in very high quantity. We are going to discuss about it later. But no food or drinks 3 hours before bed. Number 2 is no work 2 hours before bed. No work or nothing that is going to stress you physically or mentally. No work and no workouts as well. No intense workouts 2 hours before bed, or else this is going to ruin your sleep quality. And number 1 is no social media or digital devices 1 hour before bed. This 1 hour is very very crucial, my friend. In this 1 hour, what you could do is go and read a book, spend quality time with your family, spend quality time with people you love, go and play with your kids, play with your pets, go outdoors for a walk, meditate, read a book, journal the stuff, get a warm shower, or do anything that will calm you down and get you into a peaceful mood. This 3 to 1 rule is gonna have a lot and a very positive impact on getting a better and a deeper and a longer sleep. Then, after talking about the pre-sleep routine, why pre-sleep routine is actually important is because when we have this pre-sleep routine, our body is ready to sleep. Our body goes into a parasympathetic nervous system or parasympathetic mode, where the body is in a rest and digest mode. Heart rate slowly goes down, body temperature slowly goes down, the body is more relaxed, the brain is at peace. This helps us to sleep longer, this helps us to sleep faster, this helps us to sleep better. So that's why having a pre-sleep routine is very very important. Here you could do anything that will calm your body down. Even going for outdoors for a walk, listening to mild and calm music, everything helps. Everything helps. Just don't do anything that will trigger you, that will get you emotional, that will get you angry, that will get you excited. Even we cannot sleep well even when we are excited, you know. When you are planning to go out for a vacation, you have a date coming up, you have the most important World Cup final, or most anticipated game of your favorite team. Even when we are excited, it is difficult to fall asleep. So that is why we have to maintain this 3 to 1 rule. It makes it a lot easier to get a much better sleep. After that, the second point is, I think this should be the third point. First point was to sleep and wake up at the same time. Second point was to have a pre-sleep routine. And the third point is your sleep environment also matters. Your sleep environment should be cold, it should be dark, it should be noise free, and it should be comfortable. These are the four parameters about our sleep environment that makes it easier for us to sleep. So it needs to be dark because the light, our eyes are very sensitive to light even when they are closed. Even when they are closed and there is bright light falling onto our eyelids, even then our brain gets that signal and it makes it difficult to fall asleep, and it makes it especially difficult to get into the deep sleep. After this, the sleep environment should be cold. The cold means the temperature should be somewhere around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, which makes it easier for us to get into that deep sleep. Because sleeping in a cold environment is slightly preferable, because whenever our body wants to get into a sleep mode, the body temperature has to slightly go down. And whenever the body temperature slightly goes up, that's the time when our body naturally wakes up. Our body is still in tune with the nature. Even though we have turned into modern society, we have things that could control the environment. At least in our house we have ACs, we have fans, we have coolers, we have all the other stuffs that will prevent us from what is happening in the environment. If there is light, we can have curtains in our house that will make sure the light does not come onto us or falls on us. But our body is still in tune with the environment. So here our body knows that when it gets darker, it is time to sleep. The blue light from the sun does not fall onto our eyes, and our eyes get that signal that it is night time and it is time to sleep, it is time to recover, it is time to do all of the things that our body cannot do when we are awake and when we are running. The blue light that we get from the sun has a very distinct phenomenon. This blue light helps us to wake up, helps us to stay alert, helps us to stay focused, and helps us to increase our productivity. Because when we were out in the nature, when we were not the modern man, we had to go and hunt and do all of those stuffs. When it was daytime, our body had to do all of these things. And when it was night, when the body was not getting the blue light, again the body got a signal that there's no blue light coming out, so that means it's night, it's time to rest, recover. And the body naturally made us focus less, alertness got down, productivity got down. And this is how the body was designed to designed to function. But due to all of the digital devices and all of these stuffs also emit blue light. This blue light, this was especially done to increase our productivity, because laptops were designed, mobile phones were designed to increase our productivity, and so that we could work more, we could stay alert, we could we could focus better. But we are not using these correctly, and this is also giving our body a signal that it is time to stay alert. Even when we are watching Netflix at 12, even if we are watching Netflix at 2 a.m. at night, the body is still getting that signal that we need to stay focused, we need to stay alert, we need to have higher productivity, and this is not the time to sleep. And then we turn the TV off at 2 a.m. and then expect our body to sleep. How can that happen, my friend? We are giving the body a different signal and we are expecting a different outcome from our body. This does not work like that. That's why 3-2-1 rule is very, very important, where we have to turn off all of the digital devices at least 1 hour before bedtime. Okay, so the sleep environment, we were at dark because the blue light could interfere with our sleep cycle. Number two, it should be cold because the body temperature has to go down if we want to get into a deeper sleep, and if the body temperature goes up, we naturally wake up. The next point was noise free. Noise could have a very major impact on our quality of sleep. If there is a lot of noise around you, if there are drums that are beating, if there's a very loud music, loud TVs or things like that, that is one of the reason why people suffer to fall asleep when they have kids, or when there are kids around in the house, or even upstairs the kids are just making noise all the time, and this ruins the quality of the sleep. And number four is sleeping in a comfortable environment. So we spend almost, if we consider we sleep for 8 hours, that is just one third of our life, one third of our day. And if we are spending one third of our day asleep, the quality of the mattress makes a very, very important role, or has a very important role, we could say. The mattress should be very, very comfortable, because we are going to spend one third of our life in that mattress. So having a comfortable mattress is important. So these were the four factors of our sleep environment that could make a huge impact. Apart from these, now there are a few factors that could cause negative effects on our sleep. These factors are stimulants. Number one and the biggest factors that could hamper our sleep are stimulants. What are stimulants? Caffeine, alcohol, smoking, or nicotine that we get from the smoke that we are doing. These three things could have a huge negative impact on the quality of our sleep. Caffeine, even if we drink caffeine later in the later part of the day, like around 4, 5, 6 p.m., it is still gonna affect our sleep quality, because half life of caffeine is around 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours is the half life of the caffeine, so it is still going to stay in your body for almost like 10 to 12 hours at least. Okay, so avoid caffeine after 12 a.m. No coffees in the afternoons. In the evening, no chance for having caffeine, because it is gonna negatively impact your sleep, because caffeine is made for us to keep us alert, make us increase our productivity, increase the focus and things like that. And if it is consumed too close to the bedtime, or even after 3 p.m., it is going to have an impact on the quality of sleep. So no caffeine after 3 p.m., at least 3 p.m., even if not 12 for majority of the people, but no caffeine after 3 p.m. After that, alcohol. Even though you would feel like alcohol makes you fall asleep or makes you sleepy after drinking alcohol, alcohol isn't helping you to sleep better. It works like a sedative, but it is not improving the quality of your sleep. Nobody, my friend, nobody will ever tell me that they drank a lot of alcohol and they slept and they woke up recovered and ready to rock the day. It does not happen like that, because even if you fall asleep earlier, it would ruin the quality of your sleep and you will not wake up feeling fresh and recovered. You will wake up groggy, you will wake up in a very low energy mode, you will wake up dehydrated, you will wake up with a hangover and things like that. So even if it makes you sleepy after drinking alcohol, it is not going to help you to get a better sleep. So avoid alcohol. Okay, avoid alcohol at least 3 hours before bed. Even though there is not a single benefit that we get from alcohol, there was just one study that told us that moderation of alcohol or alcohol in moderation could help with increasing lifespan and longevity, but that study had some flaws in it and was debunked later, and now we don't have any study that tells us that alcohol is helpful for longevity. So avoid alcohol altogether. But if you cannot avoid alcohol altogether, at least avoid alcohol 3 hours before bed. Okay, just like the 3 to 1 rule, no food or drinks 3 hours prior to bed. So alcohol also falls into the same category. Same goes with smoking as well. Smoking, nicotine, disturbing your quality of sleep goes hand in hand, my friend. Okay, after this, there is a very big part of blue light that we just discussed, how blue light affects our quality of sleep. So avoid blue light before 1 hour of bed. If you cannot do this, then don't expect the quality of sleep to be higher, my friend. Don't expect that your body will feel recovered when you wake up, because Netflix once said, I read this a long back, that the biggest competitor for Netflix is not the other streaming platforms, it is sleep. If people sleep, then it is gonna hamper Netflix more than any other competitor or any other streaming platforms. Okay, these things are made for you to enjoy them. Of course, these things are made for you to watch it back to back, so that you do not miss an episode and you just go on binge watching all of these. If you are able to control this, well and good. If you are not, it is gonna make a huge impact on your sleep, and if you don't sleep well, it is gonna affect all of the factors of the quality of life, right from energy levels, right from mood, right from increasing energy, hunger, not increasing energy, increasing hunger and appetite, increasing cravings, reducing energy level, because you are not recovered, you haven't had a proper sleep. Your body needs more time to recover, so body will take time off when you actually want it to work. Body will not let you work more, because your body is not recovered, your body is not in that zone actually. So blue light is a very big factor. After this, big meals and workouts, these two things should be avoided as well, because having a bigger meal, if we eat that bigger meal, digestion process, again, digestion is a big process. If the digestion system is still running when you are trying to sleep, your body could either digest or either make you fall asleep, so it could lead to digestive distress, not the food not being digested and absorbed properly, and cause acidity, gases and things like that. So avoiding big meals prior to bed is very helpful. Avoiding exercise as well, because again, exercise increases the body temperature. When the body temperature is up, it is difficult for us to fall asleep. And again, with exercise, one more thing happens is there are release in other hormones that are good for muscle building, increase in inflammation and things like that. After the exercise also, the energy levels are slightly higher and things like that. So these are the things that will not help us to fall asleep fast. So avoiding these two things prior to sleep could have a huge impact. Apart from that, we now come on to point number 3, into the phase where supplementations and things, or how the other things apart from the things that we already discussed could make an impact. So there are a few supplements that could have a very positive and a very good impact on improving the quality of sleep. But before including any of the supplements, if you are not executing well on the 2 points that we discussed earlier, there are few things that we should avoid, there are few things that we should do. If you are not doing these things, adding in supplements to increase the quality of sleep would just be like putting a band-aid on a broken bone. It will not work that efficiently, my friend. It will not work that efficiently, and even if it does, it is not going to be a long term solution. So fix your lifestyle first, avoid the things that have to be avoided, include the things that have to be included that will have a positive impact on our sleep, and then if you still need something else, you could then add in supplements to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep deeper, and stay asleep for longer. The supplements that would help you to increase the quality of the sleep, number one is melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone that naturally circulates in our body, but that melatonin can also be supplemented. Okay, this melatonin supplementation will help us to again increase the melatonin level in our bloods and tell our body that it's time to sleep and get to sleep faster. But one downside of melatonin is it could the body could get used to it, and it could have withdrawal symptoms, just like we have withdrawal symptoms after quitting smoking, alcohol, caffeine, and things like that. Similarly with melatonin, if we stop melatonin drastically, the body will then have to create more melatonin that it used to get from the supplement. So then we would have problem falling asleep. And also the dosages of melatonin have to be recovered or have to be regulated. I would say regulated is a better word. So how much melatonin should we have? 2 to 3 grams of melatonin is more than enough. People generally, the supplement companies and the brand manufacturers add in almost 5, 6, 8 grams of melatonin supplementation, which is slightly more. And what happens when you supplement with these quantity of melatonin, means slightly higher quantities of melatonin, even when you wake up there is still melatonin circulating inside your body, and that makes you feel drowsy even after you wake up. So these makes you feel sleepy even when you have to wake up. So these quantities are not what I would recommend and not what you should supplement with. 2 to 3 grams is more than enough. After that, there are magnesium. Magnesium will also have a very positive effect in calming your body down. Magnesium has got a lot of hundreds of functions actually in our body, and one of the functions where magnesium also helps is regulating our sleep. Okay, so supplementing with magnesium is an amazing option. Apart from magnesium, what I try or what I do and what works best for me and my clients is supplementing with a supplement called as ZMA, which is a zinc magnesium aspartate and vitamin B6 supplement. All of these three things combined has a synergistic effect. Synergistic means the one thing helps the other thing helps the other, and all of these three things together have more efficiency, or the efficacy of every single ingredient is increased by the other ingredient. Okay, so ZMA supplementation has worked best for me so far. I am still taking it on the days where I am too stressed, when I need something extra to fall asleep better and want a better recovery. ZMA paired with ashwagandha KSM 66, this is my sleep stack on the days where I need it. This thing works amazingly well for me. Apart from this, L-theanine is also a supplement that could help. L-theanine, you could get it in tablet form, you could also get it from ZMA supplement. Majority of a ZMA supplement also have added L-theanine, so this also helps. Apart from this, there is one more thing called as chamomile tea. Chamomile tea, you could get it as a green tea in a tea bag. You could just have that chamomile tea before going to sleep, and that could also have a positive impact on your sleep. You could also have chamomile tea extract. This could be in a tablet form, and this will also help you to enhance your sleep. These were the things that if you do correctly, you could get a better sleep, deeper sleep, and stay asleep for longer. Because not just the quality of the sleep, but the quantity of the sleep is also very important, my friend. You cannot get get that quality of sleep in just 4 hours, which you could get with an 8 hours of sleep. So quality and quantity both are very very important. And I know I know it is not practical for everyone to fall asleep and stay asleep for 8 hours, 9 hours a day, but somewhere around 7 to 8 hours is something that we all should target. And if you are sleeping for 7 to 8 hours regularly, even on the weekends, even on the weekdays, I know practically it is not possible. Some days will be off, but try to get that level of sleep most of the days, most of the days, because one day, if even if one day goes off here and there, it will not have a huge impact. But if 2 days go by, 3 days go by, then the body will think that there is a change in routine. Your circadian rhythm will try to adapt to the change in routine, and then everything else will then fall apart, like just like a domino. Okay, so sleep is one of the most undermined character, or we could say the parameter in a body transformation journey, which majority of the people are not focusing on at the moment. Everyone is so focused on that trendy diet, that trendy workout plan to get their abs, to lose 50 kgs of weight, 20 kgs of weight, and things like that, but they are neglecting things that are very, very important. Because you know what, a healthy body is a responsive body. If you get your body to healthy levels, manage the nutrient deficiencies, sleep, get sufficient sleep, drink sufficient water, your body will respond better to even the mediocre workout and diet plans, if your body is healthy enough. But if your body is unhealthy, no matter how hard you diet, how hard you work out, it is going to be very difficult for your body to respond to it, because your body is still not in a healthy range. Our body is not made to build six pack, our body is not made to build muscle, it is made to survive and reproduce. Okay, these are the primary functions of our body. Primary function is never to lose fat, is never to build muscle, is never to increase performance. Okay, so these are the adaptations that we want from our body. The body does not want these, we want these from our body. And if we want these from our body, first thing that we need to do is to get the body healthier. Okay, this is all from today's episode, my friend. I hope it adds some level of knowledge and gives you that frameworks and tools to help you implement it and increase the quality and quantity of your sleep. I hope you implement all of these. Just a quick review of everything that we discussed. The rule 3 2 1: no big meals 3 hours before bed, no work 2 hours before bed, and no digital devices 1 hour before bed. This 3 to 1 rule is gonna have a very positive impact on your sleep quality. Then what we discussed were having a routine, sleeping on the same time, waking up on the same time is the easiest way to get a better quality sleep. Third point was having a pre-sleep routine, including rule 3 2 1 into your routine, and then having a routine that will help you to regulate everything else. What you could do before going to sleep is just plan out what you're going to do for the next day, just plan out your meals, get the meal prepped, just make a to-do list so that you have everything on place to execute tomorrow. These should be a part of your pre-sleep routine. Pre-sleep routine, again, do everything that calms you down, that does not aggravate you mentally or physically. The calmer your body is, the better you will sleep. And then there are few things that we need to avoid. One of those is stimulants, other is big meals prior to sleep, heavy intense workouts prior to sleep. These are the things that are gonna deteriorate the quality of our sleep. Then sleep environment also makes a very huge impact. The sleep environment should be dark, it should be cold, it should be noise free, and it should be comfortable. These are the simple rules. Apart from that, the supplements that helps: melatonin, but not at a very higher dosages. Magnesium, I recommend ZMA with ashwagandha KSM 66. Apart from that, L-theanine, chamomile tea, these are the things that works the best. If you have any other doubts or queries, or if you want to let me know on the things where I can improve, just drop me a DM at Instagram. I'm on Instagram as fitnessengineer_Vinay. I will be happy to take a feedback from you. And if you like this episode, do share it with your friends, do share it with your family members. It will inspire me to make more of these and help me to add more value to your life. That's all, my friend. Have a nice day.